YouTube. How are you doing? Mark from Like Minded Lunatics coming at you with a Friday night reaction video. Halloween edition. That's right. Here at Like Minded Lunatics, we're doing a month-long celebration of the best holiday, and I'll stand by that, the best holiday, Halloween. So hopefully you're going to check out some of our material in the description of this. I've put links to 2023's Halloween material and 2022's Halloween material if you want to get caught up. But if not, don't worry about it. Just jump in and have some fun. Today we're going to take a look at a really important song. We're going to take a look at Bauhaus's Bela Lugosi Is Dead. Now, this was recorded initially in 1979. And interestingly enough, Bauhaus had been together for precisely 6 weeks when they recorded this, and they did it in a single take during a 6-hour session at the recording studio in Wellingborough. Now, the fascinating thing about this song is that it is, by all accounts from music ethnologists, it is essentially what started the goth genre. That's right, this song and this band essentially kicked off a new musical genre all by themselves. And I'm going to read a little bit to you about what has been written about this song and its legacy. So this comes from the book 30 Years of Goth Gloom and Post-Punk. Here's what they say about this song. Bela Lugosi's Dead is roundly established by goth historians as the first true record in the genre. For comparison's sake, goth icons The Cure and Susie and the Banshees were certainly releasing records at the time that this came out, but they didn't go full goth until 1980 or 1981. This song also precedes all the early recognized alt-rock masterpieces. The Guardian says that this song is the harbinger of goth music, and Rolling Stone went on to write about it that Bela Lugosi's Dead would have been just another piece of post-punk experimentation had it not been for the lyrics, which depicted the funeral of the Dracula star, with bats swooping and virgin brides marching past his coffin. The effect was so irresistibly theatrical that dozens of bands formed in its wake. So many, in fact, that goth quickly became a very codified musical genre. This song is so fascinating to me, and when we started doing music reactions and we decided, hey, we're going to dedicate a month to Halloween, I thought, you know what, we got to cover Bela Lugosi's Dead. The issue with that is, and it was something I struggled with last year and the year before, the goddamn song is 9.5 minutes long. Like the original recording, 9.5 minutes of this thing. It's too long for a music reaction to somebody to go, I'm liking this, I'm liking that. It's just too long. But what I ended up finding was a live version of this that Bauhaus did in 1982 on the show Riverside that originally aired on the BBC. It looks fascinating. I've watched maybe 15 seconds of it or so, but I thought we would watch it together. Sounds like fun to me. So it's tradition around here to have a beverage with our Friday night reaction video. And in the interest of full transparency, I do this sometimes. I popped it as I was setting stuff up. So I'm not going to do the pop thing. I could put in a sound effect. I'll do that. There we go. All right. I'm having a dark side. It's a dark cider from here in Austin. Hopefully you're having yourself a beverage. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Bela Lugosi's Dead by Bauhaus. Now, somebody from the UK who's older than me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that on Riverside, they actually had to play on stage. Is that right? I know on Top of the Pops, you didn't actually play your song on the television. You provided them with a pre-recorded track. That was the subject of some controversy, but I'm pretty sure that the fellas in Bauhaus are actually having to do this live on stage, and there's some creepy sound effects going on there, isn't there? Man, and just look at that staging of that. Again, this is 1982. They're in the BBC. Boy, they probably don't have a lot of money for something like this, and these fellows threw this together. It's creepy as hell. It's creepy as hell, and the sound effects are just amazing. Now we kick in with like straight guitar, and the interesting thing to me about the guitar in this is that, I've listened to this song a lot. If you isolate this guitar, it's number one, it's not super complex at all, but number two, it's a really clean sound for what is essentially a very creepy freaking song. It's a clean sound, sounds like they're using full chords, they're not doing like minors or diminished or anything like that, they're just doing full chords, full strums and stuff. And man, combined with the other music though, that guitar takes on like a whole new dimension. It's creepy. It reminds me of Clockwork Orange when they're beating those people to death and Singing in the Rain is playing. It just makes both things more disturbing.
Black capes back on the rack. Bela Lugosi is dead. The bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled. Red velvet lines. The black box. Bela Lugosi is dead.
Did you hear that bass hit? Let's go back a little bit. Was that on purpose? I don't know that it was. I mean, it feels like there should have been like a transition there, but I don't know if it should have went boom. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I wonder if they did that on purpose. I love Peter Murphy's performance here. Obviously, Daniel Ash's guitar is great, but Peter Murphy's voice is fantastic. And I love the kind of patience in his delivery. Like he knows, you can tell, you have to sit in this. You have to sit in it. There's no rush. And the slower we make this, the creepier and more performative it is. It feels less like singing than it does performance art. It's super avant-garde. And it sounds so close to Bowie, doesn't it? To me, it sounds so close to Bowie, which makes sense. They would eventually cover Ziggy Stardust, and I think they work with Bowie in some projects. The other thing that occurs to me about Peter Murphy's voice is that I can hear how Peter Steele of Typo Negative would have loved this. You know, like with Black, 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 that Black Number 9 song. I can see how Peter Steele would have probably loved Murphy's voice in this.
Bela Lugosi is dead.
My goodness. Did you see that shot? Oh, let's go back just a slight little bit. That is badass. That is badass. Are y'all seeing that? Jesus Christ. That looks like a special effect out of a film, and it's not. It's just they're filming that live on stage at Riverside, and somehow they caught that. Beautiful.
Undead. The
always love that. The Count.
Bela Lugosi is dead.
The other thing that was, this is probably going to reveal too much. The other thing that's always occurred to me about this is that, like, in a lot of gothic vampire stories, they're always after the virgins, right? They want a virginal bride. They want a virgin. They want the blood of a virgin. You never hear about an old vampire wanting a dirty whore, do you? Like a girl who's been around the block. The girl that'll tell you what you want and punch you in the mouth if you don't give it to her. Why don't the vampires want that? You ever wonder that? Like, why doesn't the vampire go, yes, bring me the dirtiest whore you can find? It's always the virgins. Who wants a virgin? They're boring. Again, I'm revealing too much.
Bela Lugosi is dead. Bela Lugosi is dead.
Oh, hell, we're back in the weird shit.
I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead.
70s were a badass time for music, weren't they? I mean, I think the thing about the 70s that is so interesting is that so many of the genres that we would go on to kind of like take for granted, they started then, you know, like we're coming out of the 60s, out of the 60s style of music, that time of love and peace and all that kind of nonsense. And we get into the 70s, stuff gets dark, right? You know, we had a president that we almost impeached, stepped down. The country ain't going great. There's a gas crisis and Vietnam's happening. And then all this really depressing music starts coming out. And then weird music starts coming out. We did a matchup recently with Black Sabbath. You can go over here and check that out. And a lot of folks who commented, you know, they were commenting on the fact that Black Sabbath didn't know what they were. Were they like psychedelic rock? Were they stoner rock? Were they heavy metal? Heavy metal didn't exist as a genre at that point, but what the hell were they? They didn't even know. I think the same thing here. Bauhaus, what are they? I have no clue. I've got no clue. And if you go to their like Wikipedia page or you look at articles by music ethnologists, like they don't know either. What the hell are they? That's exciting. You know, that's exciting. It's an exciting time when they're defining a genre. Love it so much. We're back to the weird shit. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say that a cider tonight was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Like, I know the boys are from, the lads are from, was it Northampton? I know they're from the UK, so a cider kind of fits in, which is why I went for it. Plus, it's called Dark Side, which is pretty cool. But I feel like I should have had like 2 edibles, maybe 2 hours before filming this. That would have been a much better choice. We got like the eye effect again. It's almost glowing. They lucked into that. Can you imagine how excited the lighting and cinematography guys were? They were like, holy shit! Well, this is the UK, so I've been, oh, dear Lord. No, it wouldn't have been. That's a terrible UK. I have UK friends. I've been in the UK a lot. That's not how they speak. But can you imagine how excited they were when they saw that? You think the director went up to Peter Murphy before they did this performance and they were like, All right, lads, at the end of this, we're going to just roll credits, all right? So I just need you to vamp on the same 3 chords for like 2 minutes. Can you do that for me? And Peter Murphy's like, yeah, absolutely, mate, we can do that. Again, terrible accent. But you think that's what happened? I need you to kill like 2 minutes as we roll credits. And we got these new credits from this movie called War Games. We're just going to use those. So I need you to vamp on the same 3 chords and just go, Bella, like over and over. Can you do that? Yeah, spot on, mate. I got you. My goodness, what a classic, right, ladies and gentlemen? Have you seen that before? I hadn't. Like I said, I saw that this was a live recording. I watched like 15 seconds of it and thought, yep, we'll do that. But boy, that was fantastic. It's exciting, right? Exciting to see kind of a genre start. And you feel that no one knows what this is other than the people in the band. And the band are like, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is 100% what we're doing. And nothing you can tell us is going to change what we do. This is what we do. And this is what we're going to do. And it just feels exciting. So hopefully you like this. Again, let us know in the comments what you think about this. If you've got more memories of this than I do. Again, I was only like 2 or 3 years old when this came out. So, you know, I came to it way later is what I'm trying to tell you. So if you got other memories of it, let me know. Make sure you check out all of our other Halloween content. My writing partner, Todd Wright, does a segment on the channel called Drink, Play, Swear. He's doing Halloween material over there. You can go check that out there. Also, if you're in the Austin, San Antonio kind of surrounding area, we've got that live variety show coming up. It is going to be a great time. We've got a number of acts, got a number of musical things that we're doing. So if you're in this area, it's a free show. Go to our webpage and you can see the event details. All right, folks, as we go out over the cards, I'm going to play some of our resident musician Richard D. Hall's music. So stick around for that and check some of that out. All right, folks, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.